way. Hupo makes a good start, slightly wide. Oh, Gosvig makes a nightmare, and he's already dropped back to nowhere. And it's Hupo's got away. In second place, it's car 5 of Simon Roubaix. So Hupo has a huge lead away. Roubaix from Vaser Lee in third. Lee Burton in fourth. And Vaser dips out, so Burton takes up third. And that's who we're with. The bright orange car of Lee Burton in third. Behind is the recovering Gosvig after a nightmare start. And the other person, so Brian Wynne's had a really bad hit as well. He's in last. So it's a great start for Hupo. Someone's gone off the track. And that was Lee. So Burton's gone off the track. This is a very crashy start, which is great news for Hupo, who's now got a lead of 2.5 seconds with Simon Roubaix. Second and third now. Gosvig is second and third in the battle, Matt, coming into the Orion O. Down they go, and Gosvig looking on the outside. He just blasted past, which is impressive doing stock racing. Look, Roubaix was super glued to the floor there rather than move. And Gosvig absolutely flying again. He's got a fast car, but he's got a long way to catch up to make up a Hupo of that first corner mistake. The lead for Hupo now is 2.9 seconds. Roubaix in a comfortable third. There's a big gaggle of cars in fourth, fifth. Let's pick up the big gaggle of cars in fourth, fifth, sixth and seventh, which currently is Webber, Payne, Vesely and Christopher Headland. So it's Webber from last, ahead of Ollie Payne and Vaser. So Vaser there looking to get right. I need to take this. Ollie Payne, he can't quite do it. And then Lee Burton recovering from that accident early on. And this is your battle for fourth, fifth, sixth. Oh, and away goes Vaser again. So you're coming running with Roubaix. It's Webber now, who's been chased down by Ollie Payne. And Brian Wynne recovering as well, looking to see if he can get past. Oh, and Payne's gone. Taking some pain there. So now Brian Wynne and Lee Burton are battling for fourth and fifth. That's the American who's kind of guesting here. On car 3, there's another mistake there for Burton. So it's Wynne now trying to catch up into the 10th place qualifier, Webber. Honegall's lead is immense, 2.8 seconds, and not going down. Gosvig not closing down him. Already a lap ahead, I think. So Honegall, it's a long, long way ahead as Wynne has gone past into fourth, sorry. So our leader now is just about to come round under us in the ZenZ, and that's Hupo, now lapping the fifth place man already after just less than 3 minutes. So Hupo's car, as it comes into the Montec M and through the switch back, and another massive accident for Lee Burton off camera. So Gosvig actually is gaining very slightly. So just made a little mistake there when I said that. He's down to 1.7. So the second place, let that car go through. We'll get the second place man, Gosvig, who's gaining at the moment with 4.5 minutes to go. There's Gosvig, he goes through. Accident for Brian Wynne has now been lapped. So the first two have lapped all the way up to fourth. So the minor mistake by Gosvig meant that Hupo was able to just ease away. And I've got a real feeling that a bit like Mercedes Formula 1, there's an awful lot in the tank for Hupo he's not using. As Gosvig seems to be able to pick up 2/10 most laps with 4 minutes to go, or 4 minutes a quarter to go. The rest of the field is kind of self-destruct. Oh, a mistake by Hupo. So Hupo's made a mistake. That's going to make him much, much closer. There's Burton in the middle. There's Hupo. There's Burton. Just you see, so first and second now back in the same frame. After Gosvig's first lap mistake, Hupo made a mistake there, just coming into the EFRA elbow, about exactly here in the lap. So first and second now in the same frame. And Gosvig seems to have a fast car. Hupo has not been challenged really in the whole of qualifying. 5 straight TQs in qualifying before he broke down in the final run. Gosvig picked that one up, but Gosvig's got a little bit of ground speed there, hasn't he? So that's Mike from Denmark, the Dane. Perhaps trying to... Oh, and just when he's getting close, he just rolls it slightly, but he's not too bad. He's got a tuck on his nose. So the front end of the body is tucked. How much it's going to affect him, I don't know. It depends if he's getting rubbing on it. But he's just clipped out the front of the car. And then we get close enough to see that on the right-hand side of the car. He's got a body tuck, or a reverse for tuck. It's actually pinging out. Perhaps give you more downforce, who knows? So Hupo, in that lap, did a 12.7. It was 2/10 faster for Gosvig again. So despite the strange look of his body shell, in the front right there, pinged out as the cars come into traffic. And good move there, heads up by Webber to let them through. But the net result of that is, again, we're now less than a second to go. As Gosvig, when you're being lapped, obviously, the first person to come through tends to have a more difficult point with the second because you're not expecting it. Like that, for example, number 9, no impediment to Gosvig. Perhaps wasn't quite sure how fast Hoopo coming up. The first two together now. Hoopo driving the Serpent, his new team. And Gosvig right on his turn, gaining quite quickly actually, gained another 2/10, so he's going to be right up behind him in a couple of laps. Hoopo now needs to stop just running within himself and really push. Now, we didn't really expect to see this. Hoopo go the distance, and Gosvig has got a much quicker car going through the EFRA. Lost a bit there then, and a mistake, lost a bit of momentum, and it's getting so close there. Can Gosvig get through? We have 2.25 minutes to go. They are nose to tail on a track that is hard to overtake on, but it's very easy to make a mistake and bounce out. Hoopo now is running European champion lines. Look at that. Forget right middle of the track. He is hitting every apex. Gosvig knows he needs to get through clean. The keen eyes of Russ Giles are watching this about any sort of, and that's, he's going to have to wait. He's going to have to wait, and he has, and they've carried on going. So number 2, a little push there, we have to wait. They go down the straight. We now still have 1:45 to go. How do you get past a multiple European champion, a 12th expert, who's running professional lines? Look at that, they've eased up. Gosvig just trying to get up the inside, it wasn't there, bounced off the mouth of the Pac-Man. But we can bet your bottom dollar, within the next minute and a half to go, within 20 or 30 seconds, he'll be right back up on the tail of Hoopo. Hoopo noticeably taking tighter lines, using those years of experience and many titles. He's not going to feel the pressure of expectation, though. He's going to feel the pressure of winning the race. Gosvig, he's managed to bounce back. He's cut, and as I said, he's right back on the tail again. Now he's got to find a way through. What is the route? This is the A final for the stock European Champions. It's leg 1. There are 3 legs. There's traffic in the way. It needs to just get out of the way, and it has. Good driving there by 6. They are nose to tail with less than a minute to go. Gosvig, how can he force a mistake out of Honegal? Because he won't get past on the track. He has to force Honegal into an error. Honegal tight through the Zen Racing zigzag, and now through the Rhino. He is cutting it so fine during that little chicane. And it's Gosvig takes it. He's going to have to wait because that's gone. Let's save that for after the race. He's going to have to go for that one. And that's good sporting racing. Honegal, Gosvig's got a little bit extra pace. If he got in the lead, he'd get away. But Honegal driving fantastic with half a minute to go, looking for another European title to add to his multiple titles. Gosvig, wherever there's quick changes, is so much faster than Honegal. But he's right on the tail. Honegal, his car actually now is looking really slow. And he's got a bit of a visual gain yet. They have this lap and one more. The next lap will be the last lap of the first leg. Some fantastic driving again in this A final. What can he do? Gosvig nipping around the back of him, coming up the inside. Gosvig, touching again. That's the third time they touch. Let him go again, looking for a clean run. They have 2 corners. Honegal is going to get it. And that's something remarkable happening. It's a win for Honegal. Fantastic driving. Honegal takes the first leg. Mike Gosvig is second. Brian Wynn third. Vesely's fourth, but it was all about Hoopo and Mike Gosvig there. Hoopo wins this. He becomes European champion. And they're away. And it's a clean start from everyone down to about position 6. They've gone off in order, and Brian Wynn makes an early mistake that's going to cost him dearly as he drops back to the back. So it is Hoopo from Gosvig. Gosvig looked faster than Hoopo. We had a fantastic race in the first leg as they duelled for most of the last 4 or 5 minutes. Gosvig fell back from Hoopo originally because he had made a mistake early on. No such repeat in this race. First and second, Honegal from Austria, Gosvig from Denmark. And Gosvig has just blown it completely. He just clipped the outside of the Protoform P, and that has, outside of the Pac-Man, and that's given it, I think. And we'll have that for the end. So we'll look at that at the end. It's a bit too hard to run replays into these battles, but basically, whilst Vesely's picked up second, and Simon Roubaix picked up third, Burton's just panged out fourth, and Gosvig goes back to fourth. But the fact is, that mistake by Gosvig has almost handed this to Hoopo. Hoopo now just needs to run clean. If Hoopo can run clean, he is going to win this. I know it's a big statement to make with timing. It's a big mistake to make with 6.5 minutes to go. And Honegal only has a 2-second lead, but I don't think Vaser's got quite the ground speed to catch him up. So with Vaser in second, Honegal is something like 2.2 seconds ahead. Gosvig's 3.7 seconds back and 2 cars, and that's the issue. An early mistake is incredibly costly because you get not only do you lose time, but you end up behind people you've then got to overtake again. Running slow for the first 3 or 4 laps, not making a mistake, can often be the best methodology in a final to get somewhere, rather than pushing too early, because at that point you've got a problem. But now Gosvig tries to get out the back of Roubaix. Roubaix, man behind the Black Art Chassis and Body Empire, and from France. Gosvig will be looking to get up the inside of him. And oh, that's a lovely pass. Very clean. I think Roubaix may have been helping out there, thinking I'm not going to hold up Gosvig. Now Honegel's in traffic, and the traffic itself is actually not too much of a problem. Oh, and Gosvig unlucky there. But he got away with it because he was tipped. So Gosvig actually only lost about 3/4 of a second with that problem. Massive accident for Lee Burton in the background. We need to move forward to Vaser again, who's on the main straight. So Vaserly on the main straight going into the Montec M. Vaser is 3.7 seconds behind Honegel. Gosvig is just behind him and looking to get past with 5 minutes to go. Honegel is literally trolling round to a European Championship at the moment. Gosvig has to get past Vaser, which is not going to be easy, and then somehow get on the tail of Hupo. But my guess is that's not going to be possible without Hupo, and he did this. Oh, a great overtaking manoeuvre there. Fantastic stuff by Gosvig. He's got a fantastic front end on that car. At this moment, he's mentally concentrating on how to get forward, but he must be kicking himself for the error he made early on, where he hit the outside of the Pac-Man. But a couple of great overtaking manoeuvres. Certainly, I think it might have been slightly helped by Roubaix, but certainly that was just a completely clean, clever pass on Ollie Payne now being asked to move over in the white and the pink car as Gosvig drives forward through. That's good movement by not losing much time. Now Gosvig now is going to get past 9, so it's now a clear path between Gosvig and Honegel, but the gap he has to make up in a little error there, the fact he has to make up in is 4.04 seconds. And my guess is that Gosvig, unless he can find the sort of speed that would probably need the fitting of a modified motor to make up 4 seconds on Honegel in half a race, it's not going to be easy. So it was 3.5 seconds at the end of the last lap. A little error there for Gosvig is going to make it no better this time round, I wouldn't think. Indeed, he's lost half a second. Just clipped the outside of the problem. When you've got to push this hard on this track, this is when the problems start, because you have to hit every apex. You have to try and straight line things you don't want to straight line. You have to try and make corners. You have to try and take liberties with the circuit, which will punish you for any minor transgression. But that's what Gosvig's got to do. He's got 3.5 minutes, so he's got a good, 12 laps, 13 laps to do it. Pulls the lead this time round to 3.4, a gain of 4/10. Brian Wynn having a real problem. Oh, and Gosvig's gone. That's it. That's the end of the challenge, and that is probably going to be Hupo standing atop a podium later today, as he has pretty much guaranteed. Brian Wynn having a bad run is in 4th. Gosvig drops to 3rd behind Vaser Lee again. But if you push really, really hard in this track, you've got no option. You have no option but to go incredibly tight, and what will happen at the end of this is that you will end up probably being quite punished. That's the opposite of reward, isn't it? Punished. Heavily punished for those transgressions. And we've seen that with Gosvig there. He was unlucky in the first lap, but there he was pushing, having to make every 10th of a second. He's got back into 2nd again, but the distance now is probably about 8 seconds from Hupo, who's run a very, very clean race with a car which, whilst not the quickest over a lap, is being driven brilliantly for the conditions. It's about now, I wish I knew how many times Hupo won a European Championship. The answer is a lot. He's won a lot of European Championships. And this is one more. So this is the Stock A final here at the Hudy Arena in Slovakia. Brought to you by EFRA, and we're here with we're RC Racing TV. I'm going to thank RC Timing for the timing you see on the right hand of the screen. And I'd like to thank Team Orion, Montec Racing and Zen Racing for their support in making this screen being here at all. So through a gaggle of traffic goes Hupo. He's got 1 minute and 52 to go. Mike Gosvig is 6.2 seconds behind. Vaser Lee's a couple of seconds behind that. Brian Wynn is a lap down. Wynn's twice made a mistake on the first lap, which has massively compromised any chance he had to challenge, because whether he has speed or not, you've got to get past 10 cars. Gosvig's car is a joy to behold, but he's just made a couple of extra errors, and what's happened is Honegal has used that years of experience to just run clean. Just go, what I need to do in this track is run clean. I might not have the ultimate pace. I don't need the ultimate pace. Or perhaps I'm not using my ultimate pace because I don't need to. So as Hupo puts on a bit of a masterclass. Gosvig's managed to take a second now. It's 5.4 behind in several cars. Still not beyond the realms of possibility that the whole thing might go horribly wrong, but it's going to take Hupo making a mistake, which I can't see happening. Gosvig 5.1. Hupo now is he's going to get one more lap. He's going to get a victory lap, I think. I'm not quite sure whether he'll get clipped on the last lap. He may actually just finish at the end of this lap. Maybe this is his last lap on his way to another European Championship. And they're off, and it's a good start from Gosvig. Wynne, who's had a bad first lap on both occasions. It's Brian Wynne from the States with the orange into pink car. The green into pink car. So first and second, Gosvig has looked very, very quick, but can Wynne stay with him with a clean start? Coming round in third, it is Vaser. And then fourth, Simon Ribet. So already getting away is Gosvig. Gosvig, who's looked very quick and just really was sort of out-thought by Hupo, really, in the first couple of heats. Hupo obviously not taking part. Looks like we've lost Robert Clear as well. No, he's just going slow. So Clear hasn't been lost. Now Wynne attempting to get the gap back to Gosvig, which is currently half a second. That's not going to help. So he's dropped back now as the clutch of Vaser leads. So let's be in second and third, Matt. Which is Wynne from Elie from Roubaix. You kind of think that if Gosvig gets away, he's got the ground speed to win this without an awful lot of trial. The Dane's been really, really quick. So America leads Finland, leads France, and they're all behind Denmark with Sweden and Great Britain. So this is a true multinational race, as the Austrian winner isn't taking part. So Wynne now is pulling away from Elie, but not making much of an impression on Gosvig. Gosvig a couple of tenths faster than Wynne. And Wynne, who had a bad lap there, has dropped back even more. So he's now 3 seconds back. Still in second. Lee Burton goes for a Burton. So our leader is consistently leading. He's 3.3 seconds ahead. So Mike Gosvig, not surprising, getting away. Nothing particularly close at the moment. Closest is Elie. So there's quite a big battle actually for fourth and fifth. It's just about this main straight now. It's Roubaix in the yellow into purple into white, going round the elbow now and into M, and then the white into blue into green of Christopher Headland. They're battling over fourth at the moment, up through Pac-Man. But that's been quite a static gap for a long time. A lot of people now appear to have made their speed and know what they're doing. We're almost in a kind of a warming phase, the early overs of a limited over cricket game. Just feeling people out, working out what the spin is. Everyone. The fact is that Gosvig's just getting away, but Wynne, Elie, Roubaix and Headland, they've all got a chance of second, but they're all currently absolutely keeping station. You know, I'm looking at them visually, there's no real difference. So what's happened is Vaser Lee has just dropped a little tick, and he's just been actually eased into, as you can see, by Roubaix. They are Vaser, so that's third, fourth, and fifth. All got a comfort gap between themselves. So Simon Roubaix looking now to just gain a little bit more on Vaser, try and pick up this third place in this final running of the Stock A final here in the Hudy Arena in Slovakia. Brought to you by EFRA, Team Orion, Montec Racing and Zen Racing, and me, and James, and Matt, and RC Racing TV. Oh, and that's taken Headland out of it, so it's now become one less person in the battle. But certainly, Roubaix's really trying his hardest to get on terms with Vaser. But so far, after running around for like 3 minutes, he's getting no nearer. Our leader, Mike Gosvig, is 7 seconds ahead of Wynne and 9 seconds ahead of Vaser. He's just literally saying, look, I am this quick. Unfortunately, Honigel just slightly quicker. Getting a little bit closer now as we're going to give it lappage going on. So we're now seeing Simon Roubaix about to be lapped by Mike Gosvig, which really is an indication of how well things are going. So when Mike goes past, just carry on running with him. He's obviously gone past already, it's that quick. So Gosvig a lap ahead has lapped everywhere up to fourth. And this is a very quiet race, very placid. I don't think we'll be seeing many replays afterwards. Big shake of the head from James. And rub of the beard, as he then does an Italian accent for some reason. We're in Slovenia, no one Italian in the race. He's just chosen a random country to do the accent for. So Gosvig, a bit of a masterclass here. This is what I could do all the time, but we left it one race too late. Brian Winston second, and actually Vaser's getting a little bit close to Brian as we move on, so any second now we'll see our leader lap third, if he hadn't done that. Step back Ollie Payne is currently running sixth. It's white and black and pink. Ollie Payne, oh that's not a lovely move in there. That's a brilliant piece of letting someone by there because he lost virtually no time himself and didn't upset in any way Gosvig as he went through. Quiet race, because I'm quiet, it's a quiet race. 1 minute to go. Mike Gosvig, masterclass, has run 7 minutes and has a minute to run. Will he get a lap on Vaser is the question. The answer I'd say is almost certainly yes. Will Vaser get even nearer to Brian Wynne? Because that gap's very small at the moment. Not small it's been at any time. So yeah, Vaser's gaining on Mike. Oh, actually Vaser's going on Brian really quickly now. So let's make sure we stay with Vaser at the moment, in the middle of that. So he's about to be lapped, but he's also getting very close. So I think Brian's car may well have got a bit hot, and the engine may be slightly overrunning. And this is difficult for Vaser. He needs to let Mike through, losing nothing, but he's still got a chance of picking up that second place. He's done that. That probably may have cost him his chance. Brian's car looked quite slow. That back marker needs to get out of the way. And he does. And there's going to be one more lap after this. They should all make this final lap. Brian Wynne's car slowing noticeably, but not enough, I think, to let Vaser in for second place. I have absolutely no idea who'll get third. Gosvig obviously will be second overall in this, to Hooper Hollywood. European vice champion with Gosvig. Third, don't know. And that's it. It's all over. Gosvig won it. Wynne was second, Elie third.